Now to tonight's cover story. For parents of Long Island military soldiers killed in Iraq, the loss is often too much to bear. But one Farmingdale mother is hoping to ease their pain by keeping the memories of their children alive. It is tonight's cover story here on News Center Now Long Island. WRNN senior reporter Tom Schwab has more. Tom?
Well, Andrew, 53-year-old Louise Cohen says she wants the parents of those lost in combat to know their children aren't forgotten by turning one of her hobbies into a memorial tribute. This is the sound you'll typically hear if you pass by Louise Cohen's house here in Farmingdale, who since last May has been creating special memorial embroideries, each bearing a photo and name of a Long Island soldier who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Sometimes we just don't know how to say thank you. And I just want to say thank you.
Louise says this all started on the day her son turned 18, the age most volunteers can sign up for the Army. She recalls reading an article in the newspaper about the death of two local soldiers in Iraq. Both were only a few years older than her son.
I read these stories, and I mean, sometimes you can't help but cry yourself.
So far, Louise has honored 48 local soldiers. Each time one dies, Louise learns as much as she can about them and adds it to the embroidery. She then frames it and includes a special condolence card. But the hardest part, she says, is presenting the gift to the deceased's family.
Some of them just go hysterical crying. And they're grateful. They're very grateful, but that is so hard.
I'm so glad she's doing to the mothers, because every little bit that they get, it really helps the healing. It's like somebody cares and somebody's carrying the ball for you.
Dorothy Oxendine is the former president of America's Gold Star Mothers, an organization of women whose sons and daughters have died in military service. She knows all too well the pain, having lost her only son, Willie, to a landmine in Vietnam. He was 21.
As long as they're remembered, I think they'll never die.
And while each stitch may be a labor of love for Louise, she wishes it wasn't for something like this.
My hope is that there are no more names added to the list.
And presently, that list is nearly 200 from New York alone. Louise says she plans to honor all of them eventually. That's it from here tonight. I'm Tom Schwab. Andrew, back over to you.
Tom, thank you. And while Louise does receive some local help from local suppliers, the cost to create the fabric weaves are quite high. If you'd like to help her out in her cause, you can give her a call. The number is 516-756-0929. Up next here on News Center Now Long Island.